Today, the curatorial shelf. Curatorial shelf is a furniture that I would suggest every advanced studio practice should have. Something I also developed over the years, and sometimes it's called according to the students I presented. So the curatorial shelf was also for a while the Hannah James shelf, but it's a shelf that I think, as I said already, everybody should have in the studio. It's pretty easy. It's just in the middle of the, I would say it's in the middle of the room. Yeah, it separates your studio space, maybe not into half, but the interesting thing is if it's a kind of a see-through shelf. Yeah, so I don't mean a wardrobe or something. I mean a thing where you can come from both sides. Yeah, oh, that's, yeah, so it's kind of like an earlier model of the Cadbury creative factory that I introduced earlier. So on that side, you have all that kind of creativity happening with kind of different materials and processes. But at some point you make the decision, or you're forced by outer circumstances to present something. So at some point you actually get to the point where you think, okay, that's fine, I can live with it, and whatever it is, it makes it up to the curatorial shelf. No, I don't know what kind of thing we have. And of course, even if things are just kind of concepts, they still, a bundle of paper can also be put on that shelf. So over the time, you will have then things that you consider works or projects that have reached a certain level that maybe they could also be conceptualized. You can describe them and they have a defined beginning and a defined end. What the curatorial shelf makes it to a curatorial shelf is that somebody can come from the other side and look at the things you've done. Yeah, so that's where traditionally the curator comes in. No need to go through all of that. You can just come to a kind of surface, some kind of organization, and where you can look at things. And at least at the beginning, you don't have to go through all these kind of uncertainties and questions and parameters. You actually are presented a certain coherence of some stuff. But why I think the curatorial shelf is also important without the curators coming in, because also you can go around and look at your practice with a certain distance from all these kind of uncertainties, questions, all these variabilities, what material, what color, should I, shouldn't I, are kind of left behind. They are behind this kind of transparent wall, and you actually can get a new perspective, a curatorial perspective on your own practice. Yeah, so I think that is a good perspective to be capable to obtain, to see what you are actually doing and what these things together can create. Okay, that's it.